Hello, everybody. Let me start off telling you a story. I have been doing my email newsletter now for several years every week. And every week, it's like, oh, what am I going to write? What are people going to want to know? I have to find something that's interesting. And, if you do any sort of writing like I do, whether it's an email or social posts or whatever, it's like you want people to actually engage with it. This engagement word has become a really big deal. But if you don't get people engaging with it, then what's the point? So it needs to be interesting enough for people to want to read it. Now, when I do my newsletter, I also make a video. So the video needs to be interesting enough that people want to watch it. And if you're a speaker, you want your speech to have people be on the edge of their seat, absorbing every word. So how do you do that? Because it all ultimately has to be written. Even if you're not writing the words down, you have to have a topic, you have to have a title, and you have to have engaging things to say. So for me, this is kind of like, where am I coming up with the topic and the title and the words, all of a sudden? What do I say? And then I realized that this is something that probably you can relate to. And I decided to make that my topic, what to say. Is this something that, you have in your life? Yes. I am Sandra Lee, and I am an energy healer and a blogger and newsletter person. And I'm a coach helping other people build their businesses so that they can get their message out and make a big impact in the world. Is that something that you want, to make a bigger impact in the world? A really important part of that is the words that you say. And I have a wonderful person on with me today. This is Cindy Campano.
Hello.
She is a leadership coach, and she and I have been having fun. And this whole thing about what to say, just like 2 minutes ago, when we were planning, what are we going to say when we get online? This whole thing about what do we say. So welcome, Cindy. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Thank you, Sandra. So yes, my name is Cindy Campano, and I'm a leadership coach. And I work with leaders at all levels to help move them forward, find that clarity, and get excited about their job in which they're in. What Sandra was just saying, and when she was starting to pull her hair out, that really does happen to all of us, regardless of the positions that we're in. Anytime we're stopping to write something, we can get a brain block. And her and I was just saying, so what do you want to say before we get on? Before we hit that go button. And she's like, let's just do it. So you're getting the real us right now. We are sharing with you those blocks, those things that are maybe we're trying to work through ourselves, and we're happy to be here with you.
Yes. Something is coming up to ask, and I didn't ask ahead of time if this was going to be okay with you. So if you don't want to answer this question, then you don't have to. Okay. Tell us a little bit about your journey of confidence in speaking and being okay with being on video and that. So tell us a little bit about what that's like.
That is a big question. And I don't know that my confidence is all there, but I do think with anything, the more that you do it, the more confidence you're going to get. And to remember to not be so hard on yourself. I am one that, will self-critique it. And, oh my gosh, I could have said this, or why did I say, so many times. Those are, some key things that you need to stop and give yourself a break. As Sandra would say, breathe. It's okay. And keep going forward. The more you do it in anything that you're trying to perfect, anything you're fine tuning, keep doing it. Keep practicing, take feedback, and continue to grow and embrace it. So that's what I'm doing.
And just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that Cindy and I have kind of been doing together, and I just encourage her. You know what? Just do it, and it gets easier. It gets easier.
It does. It does. So thank you.
Let me tell you a story of where I started. I first started doing Facebook Lives several years ago now, and I used to write it out, like script it, and then read it, and it was awful. Oh my God, it was so bad. I used to read it, and it was awkward and stilted, and then I would delete it and start again. Fortunately, I don't do that anymore. I don't write it all out. I don't script it, and I certainly don't read anything. I just make it up. And the only reason I can do that is because I've just been doing it, making the video, and let go of it having to be perfect, and then just have fun. And so that's what I've been encouraging Cindy and other people to do, because a lot of people are afraid of being on video, being speaker. So.
And it's important because these are just like conversations that we would have at a networking event, at, any place that we're at. So how do we continue to take up the room, make sure that we're engaging, and people want to hear us and want to hear what we are saying and leaning into it. And we should do the same for them. So Sandra, I know you like talking about life purpose. How does purpose come into our conversation about the writing and the speaking today?
Thanks for asking. And of course, I fed her the question, just to be honest. So, your purpose, why you are here, what you are aligned with. If you want to have an impact in the world, it needs to be coming from something you care about. It needs to be something that is aligned with who you are. And that's where your most powerful message is. So when you are speaking, when you are writing something, having it come from that sense of what you feel compelled to do, what the difference you feel compelled to make in the world. And it's connected with your purpose. And so thinking about, like, what am I going to write? A lot of times what I write is just whatever it is that's happening today. And I have found that that's not particularly interesting to people. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. And when I get back to, okay, so what does the audience want to know? What is the problem that they have? What are they dealing with day to day? And what that I care about can speak to that. So that's how I came to this, let's talk about what to say. How do you get your purpose making a difference out there in the world? And how can the words that you speak or write serve that purpose, make a difference to other people? Because that's where the impact is, in making a difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it gets them excited, and, and finding that, and how, we each have to identify what is that, what is that, what is our life purpose? What lights us up? And when you know what that is, things do start to flow for you. You enjoy it. Time passes by very quickly while you're writing. You're trying to get things together for a speech or for an event that you're planning.
Yeah. Something I've
Mm-hmm.
been really excited about lately is discovering people's what I call evolutionary purpose, how they contribute to the evolution of all that is, and finding that that is going beyond just the normal personal interactions, but having this big picture. Thinking of it as universal evolution and how each person contributes to that. And even just thinking about that, it's like it moves me. It's like, that really connecting the person and their heart and who they are with that broader reach out into the world. Oh, and I love it. It gives me chills thinking about
Well,
that.
yes, because everybody adds value. Everybody adds value in some way.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I have a masterclass coming up, all focused around this what to say. And it's called What to Say, Getting to Aha for speakers and for writers. So this dilemma that we all come up with over and over again about what am I going to say, to give you different ways of looking at that. There's, the usuals, and we'll talk a little bit about that in the masterclass, but things that are like different, that's coming from my individuality, my unique gifts, and the contributions that I love making. So the masterclass, I'm going to have 2 sessions this time, and I'm planning it ahead of time. Last time I did a masterclass, the first one went so well that I scheduled another one. I'm just planning it ahead of time. It's going to be Saturday the 26th at 8:30 in the morning Pacific time, and then Wednesday the 30th of October at 4 p.m. Pacific. So there's 2 different times. And I even have the technology set up where you can select which date and then receive like communication specific to your date. Me, the technology, but figuring it out was actually a really big deal. So you have the ability to sign up for either one, and there will be a link below the video in the comments for you to be able to do that. So you can sign up for the free masterclass. What to say, getting to aha, like that moment. Oh, that's what we're going to talk about. And for speakers and for writers.
And Sandra, is it free?
It is free.
Okay. So it's a Saturday for how long? 8:30 until?
An hour and a half, 90 minutes.
90 minutes. So, and speaking, this is for speakers or for writers. And everybody should take that into consideration, because speaking doesn't necessarily mean that you are a keynote speaker. It could mean that you're in the boardroom or you're speaking at a team meeting. There are other times that you'll need those skills. So if that sounds like something you could lean into and learn a little bit more about, take advantage of these 2 master classes that Sandra has going on that are free.
Yes. Now, get back to what you were just talking about. If you want to make a difference in the world, you might not want to be a writer or a speaker, but you want to get your message out. You want to make a difference in the world. You have to be communicating. You have to be speaking to people. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be on a Facebook Live like this. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make videos like I do. You might not have a newsletter but you do need to speak to people. And so figuring out what words to say helps you be able to get that message out there so you have the impact you want to make in the world. Because everyone has a difference they want to make, including you. So thank you for joining us watching this Facebook Live. And the link for registering for the masterclass is below. Breathe. Change happens one action at a time. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.